Hello, everybody. So, I want to do a pick a pile reading, and I'm going to go into a little bit of depth with this reading. Not too much because I don't want to go too over time, but I want to do a pick a pile for my collective, and we are going to ask our guides and keepers to reveal whether or not this relationship is actually your destiny. You know, some would say there's no such thing as meant to be. You make things happen for yourself, or there's no such thing as a soul, as a particular person you're supposed to be with. There are many soulmates, and so you can. There's a whole lot of people that you can be with, and you just decide based on what you want. Everybody's got their own philosophy and their own belief. I'm not going to go into what mine is because I don't think it matters. What matters in your life is what you believe. And at the core of each and every one of us, we find ourselves feeling such an intense pull towards someone that we can't help but ask ourselves, am I destined to be with this person, or am I deluding myself? Okay. As a reader, when I channel for people, I'm able to tell them right off the bat, nope, this is not your person. It's not going to work. Even if you stand on your head, this is not who you have called into your reality. They might look like the person, they might feel like the person because they resemble certain aspects of what your soul knows you've created, attracted, or drawn into your energy bank, your spiritual bank, that you just need to basically go and withdraw whatever's yours, or the vortex, your vortex. For those of us who know that everything is energy and frequency, everything is energy, we know that it is energy before it becomes a physical, tangible manifestation, which means that your person is already there. Your person already exists. You just need to come into alignment with that person. And so if you're finding yourself asking the question, is this the person that I'm destined to be with? Then this is the reading for you. So to those of you who are new, I'm High Priestess Elif. I channel my message. I receive channeled information from spirit. It is my job to interpret in a way that makes sense to you. I always ask that you take a few deep breaths, settle into your intuition, and ask your guides and keepers to guide you through this reading to help you to know if it is for you or not. It is a pick a pile, so I'm doing 3 piles, so you need to take a few breaths, settle into your intuition, ask your guides and keepers to guide you. Is it pile 1, pile 2, or 3? And if you need to pause to do that, do so. If you settle into your intuition and you ask your guides to guide you, if you think about the number 1, 2, or 3, then the answer will push up from your core without a doubt. Okay, so do that so that you can know which pile is in fact for you, because the last thing you want to do is just pick a random pile and then get a message that's not for you and try and make it fit, and it's not your truth, because that is possibly one of the worst things you can do. To open yourself up to a prediction or a spiritual interpretation, a story that is not yours. What we speak holds power. Every word forms part of a spell. There is magic and there is power in the tongue. So, a lot of people, we watch tarot, and that's why, it's often not a great thing to watch a whole lot of tarot readings, one tarot reading after the other. You need to set your intention and ask your guides and keepers to guide you to the messages that are for you, and when you feel you resonate with someone, stick to that as best you can, with the intention of developing your own intuition, so you don't rely on somebody else's messages too much. And also that if you do find that you're really struggling, to rather get a personal reading, because then as a medium, as a reader, as a psychic, I'm able to tap into your message and give you your truth, help you to connect with, or give you clarity on your truth, because that's what it is. Your truth is already within you, so it will resonate. You will know, yes, that makes sense. This is clarity for me. Okay, so you've chosen your pile. Let's begin. You've entered a sacred space. Archangels in the north, south, east, and west have their sacred flame burning. And as I said, we are asking Spirit, guides and keepers, the angel guides, to guide us to and to reveal to us, for my pile 1 collective, if this person is their destiny. Okay. So, you've experienced this person. You've experienced betrayal, and you've experienced them to be sneaky. So it's possibly a situation where you came together, everything was great, and then they maintained relationships with old people, or went back to their old person, or didn't leave the person that they initially wanted to. You experienced a lot of passion and them pulling towards you, so you might feel confused, because you're asking yourself, well, if their actions, it was obvious that they wanted to be with me, so why did they go back to this other person? It doesn't make sense. There were perspectives, new perspectives that needed to be gained. Often when you need to close out a cycle or a chapter, and you've had a delusional perspective of what that is, Spirit takes you back there so that you can see it for what it really is. Okay, often that is what happens. Okay, so there's been a lot of communication with Source about this connection. And from both of you, there's also been a lot of internal conflict. The mind, there's been a lot of conflict between the mind and the heart, and the mind has gone from one belief to the other, and so you have felt very stagnant. But this connection, this relationship is about you realizing that you can have anything you want, that what you believe is yours and is destined for you in the spiritual realm, on a soul level, energetically. It's up to you to give it the space and to allow it to become an actual tangible manifestation in the 3D. What you've been working towards in terms of relationship, and what your person's been working towards in terms of relationship, is absolutely this. You are one another's wish fulfillment. You are one another's wish fulfillment. You are one another's emotional. So you ask, this is to serve you to come into wholeness and fullness within yourself emotionally, and to allow that person to just add to that, and vice versa. This relationship is absolutely, for my pile ones, destined. You are destined. You are one another's wish fulfillment. You think that you're being delusional, but that's not the truth. You've worked towards this, and you have asked yourself, I've done so much work. I've been high valued. Why has this person treated me in this way? What is it that I'm missing? You're missing nothing other than going within and remembering that you are enough, and that you are the source, that you can allow this into your life by releasing what hinders it. This is a relationship that is, you both want marriage with one another. You both want the abundance, the well-being that comes with being together. You feel that, a choice is such a big deal here. Like, the choices this person of yours makes is the big deal, but it's not really. The choice has already been made. The choice was made long ago. Every time that they had a desire come to life within them about what they want in love and a relationship, it was already done. And you are the culmination of all of that. You are the culmination of everything that they want, and they are the culmination of everything that you want. If you can stop focusing on what and on how they're showing up from in their ego, and focus on who they are at their core, you know this. This relationship has really ignited and triggered their emotional growth, and brought into their reality the knowing that maybe they can have everything that they want. And removing the doubt is the work. Having the faith is, what is needed here. But this is absolutely destined. Yeah. This is you guys have everything that you need for a healthy relationship. New beginning, new energy. What you have the seed to sow the life that you've always wanted in partnership with somebody very special. And what you do with the seed is everything. You have to release your codependent tendencies to be conditional, to base your happiness and how you see things on conditions. That has left you feeling very emotionally unfulfilled, and your person too. This is not somebody that's going to come that is being overly eager, and maybe that's what's really making you question things as well, because they seem to be very slow in their progress towards you. But that is because they want to get it right. They're being deliberate, and they are going to get it right. You have, because of your fear, you find yourself making head over heart decisions, and you need to remember that fear is going to keep guiding you to attract what's always been. And if you want to attract the new and what you want moving forward, you need to release that. Yeah, you need to release you need to be in control, and the old stuff, the old beliefs and the old patterns and people around you's expectation. In fact, stop speaking to people about your relationship. Trust your intuition, because this is what you have here. You have the 10 of Cups and you have the 10 of Coins. You have everything. You have it all. You have justice. This person adores you. The two of you are different. You are deeply emotional, expressive, and your person is more earthly, they show their love through action. They're not going to express it with their words. So what you are looking for, what you are focusing on as your idea of how someone behaves when they love someone, is making you miss how this person is showing up and wanting to express who you are to them. But for my pile ones, this is destined. This is what I'm seeing here is a soulmate connection. You've come here to be with one another. You've come here to be with one another. Okay, so we are moving on to pile 2. Okay, for pile 2, we are looking at if this connection that you have, or this relationship that you are focused on, if it is destined. If you are just being delusional or imagining yourself, or if what you are in fact feeling is the truth, if it is your soul truth, if you are destined to be together. Okay. This was something very new that came out of nowhere, and it has this relationship you knew from the start had everything that is needed for something stable, but there was still going back and forth. There was still a juggling between situations that very possibly your person was doing, or it could be you. And there was them not wanting, not fully leaving, or not yet leaving an old situation, and they came across as being narcissistic and sneaky. It's just the phase that they are at. Okay, so it looked as though it had all the makings for something solid, but they were not upright. They behaved shady, sneaky, going back and forth, coming to you because they feel healing, they enjoy how they feel, they love what they feel about you, the newness, but they don't fully trust it, so they keep going back to the circus because that's always been home and it's got a certain sense of stability. Okay. They experience you to be nurturing, stable, solid, to be a really, really good, pure foundation to build upon. And they felt a sense of finally being able to have what they want. But this person of yours felt an overwhelming sense of emotion being stirred inside of them for you. And their need, I can see how you can consider this person to be narcissistic, because I can see how you look at certain behaviors and certain traits and you call it that, because they are very, very stubborn. They want you to accept them the way they are. And the way things was not okay for you. What you need to realize is that this is about something deeper within them. They're trying to accept themselves, and so they rebel and they do these excessive things because they believe that if someone else is willing to accept them like that, then they can accept themselves. This person came in towards you very, very quickly, making this emotional gestures towards you, and it must have left you very confused. But the way they behaved, they were not ready to completely let go where they were. You feel very, very deep emotions for this person, and that's what you're still sort of hung up on. But this person really needed to be single. Not taking away from the fact that what you felt emotionally and how you clicked was real. So what you found in one another was absolutely real. But the timing, when they found this, not at a place where this person could do this kind of connection justice. You might not know this, but they have been single. This person struggles with addiction or codependence. This person found themselves being very stuck in their head and feeling very detached from themselves. Their focus has been around money. They've not been at a place where they could really focus on a relationship, and feeling very guarded. Okay. This connection came into your lives to help you grow and to help you know and realize that you can believe that it's possible to have something deeper, but to learn the fundamental lesson that you can find the perfect seeds, and you can find yourself and the perfect season can come. But if your soil is not tended to, you don't give yourself the best opportunity to have a fruitful harvest. Timing, you learn a lesson about being ready to let something that you've always wanted in. And obviously there was a belief for the longest time that maybe it's not possible, and now suddenly there's this realization that it is. But for many of you, now this one goes two ways for me, so I'm sorry about this. I have to share with you what Spirit says. Some of you are on a twin flame. This looks to me like a twin flame journey for many of you, but for most of this collective, this is a karmic situation. So you guys are going to have, if this resonates with you, if you've never heard the twin flame term, then maybe it's not. But also it's become such a rave now that people who are not even twin flames think that they are. I would suggest you contact me for a personal reading for clarity, because the majority of you, this is a karmic situation that it's come to teach you certain lessons. You came into one another's lives to contribute to the growth so that you can welcome the person in your life that you're supposed to have in your life. Twin flames are one soul. You don't have separate souls. This is definitely not a soulmate situation. And for many of you, this is a karmic, so that you can grow, learn, grasp the lessons, and then align yourself with welcoming your soulmate into your life. Most of you have come to meet your soulmate. But for those of you, and it's a small group of you, it will absolutely resonate with you if it does. What happened here was this person, things seem perfect. It doesn't make sense because everything seemed to be aligned, and they seem to be clear on the decision that they need to make and what they need to do, and then they went back. Not completely back, not completely rejecting you, but you possibly rejected them because you felt like they were not leaving where they need to be so that they can actually move forward. This ended up in things going really bad between you, a breakup, and it seems as though the bridges have been burnt. This person struggles with addiction, but you know that this is a powerful connection and that they expressed emotion towards you. It was obvious to everyone around you that they want to be with you. If that is you, then you are very possibly a twin flame. If everything else in the reading resonates except this last bit that I expressed, then this could very possibly be a karmic. If you work with this person for a long time, but you were waiting for them to leave somebody, and you've gone back and forth in the relationship, but you've not really broken up, kind of thing. There's no bridges that have been completely burnt. Maybe this is the latter, a karmic. So as I said, for this group, you either in a karmic situation, moving towards your soulmate, preparing for that, or this is a twin flame journey. I am seeing warning signs here, so either way I would recommend that you contact me for a personal reading. What you should know though is you are being guided towards your happily ever after, but this heartbreak was necessary to let the light in so that you can realize that you are embarking on and you need to go deeper within. If you've experienced feeling like you've lost yourself and lost your mind since you and this person had this major blow up, they very possibly blocked you. There's definitely blocked communication here, and you just don't understand how you got there, and then you found yourself not being able to sleep or eat or think clearly and obsessing about what happened, and you don't understand why, because you weren't even together for that long. You possibly a twin flame. So as I said, I recommend either way, because this one splits a little bit. And that's the thing. Sometimes a karmic relationship can resemble or feel like a twin flame relationship, one of the twin flame stages. So it's a little bit, it's not easy to distinguish it clearly. Until you're there and you start growing and elevating, then you can start seeing things for what they really are. If you know the difference between how the mind identifies and communicates and attaches, and how the soul sees things and knows it to be true. Okay, so we're moving on to pile 3. Okay, for the pile 3s, what we are doing is we are looking at whether you're destined to be with this person. Whatever spirit is willing to reveal. Are you meant to be together? Let's see. Well, not are you meant to be together, because if you in one another's lives, there's meaning, there's purpose to it. But what I mean is long term, are you destined to share your lives together? Pile 2 didn't give me a clear conclusion. It split a little bit. So let's see what happens for pile 3. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Okay. Okay, so someone's needing to walk. You guys are feeling burdened. Someone's been in a burdensome situation for a long time, and they are, when you met, they were busy moving away from it, however, not completely detached from it. And it's a situation in which there is codependence, and very possibly codependence and addiction to a very difficult situation. Okay, let's see. Okay. Right, when you came into this person's life, this is where you found them, and your initial thought was, should I even bother here? I really feel a pull to this person. I feel strongly for this person. I don't know why, because their life seems a bit messy. They have situations going on that I don't really think I should be dealing with, but you still found yourself finding a way to navigate around it and wanting to be there. What ended up happening is your person did show up as being a little bit defensive about their issues because they were determined to work through it. You understood this though. You might be in a situation where you feel that they're a bit defensive towards you and you don't know if you must come forward or pull back. But what you need to know and understand is that this relationship is helping them to close out a karmic cycle in their lives. Your person is very possibly, you could be a fire sign and your person could be a air sign, or the other way around. But for many of you, your person is an air sign. With that come across, they're very passionate about what they do. They're passionate people, but they are very in their heads. They live a lot of their lives from this perspective. And they have a tendency to think themselves into a bit of a corner. As a result of this, there might have been a breakup or a distance between you. But what is clear to me here is that this is a soulmate connection. This is a deeply spiritual connection, and they have released the old. They have released the old, and there is healing taking place, and this is a connection that is going to end up in long-term commitment marriage, the institution of marriage. Your person and you have a tendency to be who you are, but to appreciate traditions and traditional values. And marriage is definitely something you guys have mentioned or spoken about. Yeah. It's difficult for you though, because you are not sure, based on what is happening in the reality, You sometimes wonder, I know that's what this person says they want to do, and I know that's what they aspire to, but they're not actually doing it. So will they ever get there? And that's where you've got to make the distinction. Are you going to focus on what is real, or what we know to be the delusion or illusion of the 3D, or what is real in the person's energy and in their either way? What I'm seeing here for pile 3 is that doesn't matter how far you stray from this person, you will come together always. You are tied, you are connected on a very deep soul level. You've chosen one another. You guys are going to end up together. You are going to get married. I'm seeing here that you are the King and Queen of Wands. So you are absolutely determined to create in this 3D reality what you know you've come here to do. You feel that you are the perfect match, and you are leading towards a new beginning with one another. So that is what I'm seeing. That is what Spirit is saying to me. Okay, pile 3. So if this story resonates, then this is what you've chosen. And deep down, Spirit says you already know that. This is what you've chosen. Okay. There's so many good things about this connection, and you focus on that one thing that scares you. Do yourself a favor, stop doing that. Allow yourself to open up to new perspective. This other person that you associate to their home, in relation to their home, maybe that's where they still live.